What's up, Honors World Literature? It's me, Coach Hall, back and better than ever. May 4th. May the 4th be with you. All you nerds out there. I don't know what that was supposed to be. I think that's supposed to be Yoda, antenna, alien nerd thing. Anyway, happy Star Wars Day, nerds out there. Okay, today I'm here to talk to you about Chapter 48, and then a couple other things we need to discuss. Chapter 48, the important thing to realize about this chapter is we are in the present tense now, so everything from 48 through the end of the book is not told as a flashback like the other stuff was. Everything, if you caught this, everything was told as it had already happened from the narrator's perspective, whereas this is almost meant to represent what life is like now and going forward. We don't know. The narrator had the power of hindsight as he told the story for the first 47 chapters. Lila never saw Mariam again. Stuff like that. Or the next time she signed her name, it would be she would also be signing her life away, or whatever. Whereas this doesn't have any of that. This is written present tense, going forward, as far as that perspective goes. So anyway, we're in Maree, Pakistan now. We are told that Tariq and Lila are now married, which makes their living conditions there at the hotel where Tariq works a little more, as religious as everyone is there, it just makes it a little more reasonable for Saeed, the hotel owner. Aziza, well, first of all, before we talk about any of that, this is a different country. This is Pakistan. The town is Murree, Murree, I think. Murree is a cool little mountain town in Pakistan. It gets snowy there. It has ups and downs, almost like a little mountain village, remote, small town. Probably has a main street. Cute, rustic. Kind of a cool little place to raise a family. It's still Pakistan. It's still the Middle East, but it's much, much safer, especially during this time frame. Anyway, they all live together in Tariq's little bungalow there at the hotel. It's enough for Lila and Tariq to have kind of a raised bed, and then underneath their bed, lower, almost like bunk beds, is where Zalmai and Aziza sleep, and it's just almost like life in a tiny house. I'm sure you guys have seen those little documentaries or shows. Aziza follows her father around, her father being Tariq. I like Aziza here, and here's why. Because she was just at an orphanage, and she has nightmares about this orphanage. Understandably so, not because her experience was so horrible, but because it was just so stressful for her. It was stressful to the point where she developed a stutter. Let's not forget that. And now here she is in a whole different country, in a whole different town, with this man who she is told is her father. That is a huge jump. That is a huge jump, almost more than any of us could fathom. So Aziza helps out and follows Tariq around. She likes Tariq, but is kind of unsure around him, shy. And of course, they warm up to each other. Tariq, of course, loves her. Imagine, being a father. Imagine being a single man and then finding out, gosh, you're the father of an 8 or 9-year-old, maybe 10 at this point, year old girl, and he's just really happy, and he loves this child. He loves that this is his daughter, and he loves that Lila is her mom. Zalmai, not so much. Zalmai is still waiting for his father. Again, as sad as that is, he wants Rashid. Calls Tariq a donkey. Lila can't believe the disrespect from her son Zalmai here to Tariq here, but Tariq gets it, and that's what I love about Tariq's character. Tariq is the man, because he's like, no man, I understand. Like, don't get mad at him for that. don't get mad at Zalmai for him calling me a donkey. It's just going to take time. Because that's how it's going to be. Zalmai's still a little kid. He doesn't understand this any more than Aziza or Lila or Tariq. He's a little kid. And one of these days, he's going to cease wondering why his father had abandoned him. He's going to stop thinking about Rashid one day. You know, one day it'll hit him that his father's disappearance isn't a raw, unopened, wound, open wound, and he's going to be able to move on. But Lila and Tariq and Aziza, no one there can control that. That's just going to take time on Zalmai's part, and that's okay. Anyway, they spend time there at the mall. They go shopping. Of course, Aziza gets things just like Zalmai, very different than how Rashid used to take them shopping, how Zalmai would maybe get a toy and Aziza wouldn't. There's just this cool, happy family. Lila sees the reflection of them all walking downtown in the shop windows and sees them and is like, wow, here I am with my husband, the love of my life, and my 2 children. Think about where she was just a couple of weeks before this, maybe even a couple of days before some of this, with Rashid and then with Mariam and just the abuse and the Taliban running Afghanistan and all this stuff. However, okay, and this is something you have to understand about chapter 48 to understand the chapters that come up ahead of us, is there wasn't really a lot of closure for Lila. Think about how Lila left. Lila went and got her daughter, had her son in tow, met Tariq, got out of, probably met Tariq and then got her daughter and then took off. And they went to a different country and they got out and they're fine, okay? But man, that's, speaking of open wounds, everything with Mariam and Rashid and that house in Kabul and her parents and Mariam especially, that there wasn't like closure. She just one day didn't see Mariam anymore. They had kind of that goodbye and she walked around the corner with Zalmai and like that was it. And so she has these nightmares. I almost said dreams, but I mean it says nightmares in the book, where she's back in Kabul and there's the room is empty in the house, and she's back in the house in Kabul. The rooms in the house are empty, but it's almost like, I don't know, maybe I'm filling in the blank here, but it's almost like there's something calling her back there to Kabul. Kabul is Lila's hometown. She's not like Mariam, who grew up in the Kolba in Herat and moved 400 miles away to Kabul when she was 15. No, Lila grew up there. So she lived in Kabul for 20-something years and grew up there and had both of her kids there and met Tariq there and her parents were there and she had Mariam there and her whole life has existed in Kabul and Afghanistan. And now she has these nightmares of the empty house and it means something. It's something that Lila and I disagree on. I'm more of a Tariq in this situation. Whereas, hey, you got a cool little town, you got a great little family, your husband has a steady job, you have your own goat, you got a roof over your head, just total security, and there's something to be said for that. But Lila, her hometown is calling her back, and we're going to get into that in the chapters ahead of us. Yeah. Anyway, so that's chapter 48. I'm going to spend a day on each chapter for this week. I feel like that's the best way to get through this week. Chapters 49 through 51, the last questions, those are already posted on the blog. Tomorrow we're going to talk about 49. Wednesday is going to be 50. Thursday is going to be the final video for 1,000 Spin the Sun, chapter 51. Expect a video on Friday being something kind of short and sweet. Maybe kind of about a little bit more about where we're going from here. But one thing I am going to mention every day is the next thing I want to do, and this is probably only going to be about 2 weeks, I think, if my calendar is correct. This is probably only going to be about 2 weeks worth of stuff here. Yeah, next Monday is the 11th, and I think we are done done like the 20th, maybe 21st or 22nd, somewhere around there. Wednesday's the 20th. So one little small thing we're going to do is we're going to do a graphic novel unit, and you get to pick it. It could be online. It could be a graphic novel you find online. It could be a comic book you find online. It could be a graphic novel you already own. It could be a graphic novel you have already read that you're already kind of familiar with. I'm doing mine on The Alchemist. Okay? And if you want to get The Alchemist, it's by Paulo Coelho. All right, but if you're going to get this, make sure you get the graphic novel version, because this is also a novel. This is one of those novels that has been converted into a graphic novel, and this is something we were probably going to do together this semester, but just the way the circumstances are and the way everything timed up, and I really dragged out 1,000 Splendid Suns because A, I like it, and because B, I knew there was just a lot there that we could get out of it. Anyway, I'm going to do The Alchemist, and I'm going to kind of update you 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So starting next Monday, we're going to go to 3 videos a week, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And all I'm going to do is check in with you about how my graphic novel is going and check in with you about maybe how yours is going. And you're going to kind of keep these little journals twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, basically. Monday, Tuesday together, Wednesday, Thursday together. So on Sundays, you're going to turn in like journal entries, basically, and it's 2 paragraphs total about just how you feel about your graphic novel, or where you are in the graphic novel, or opinions, or thoughts, reviews. It's going to seem like a journal entry. Your feelings, your interests. Is it good? Is it bad? Almost like a little mini review. But we're only going to be doing that for a couple of weeks. Anyway, that's where we're headed next. So you have about a week. So think about this. Starting next Monday, the 11th, we're going to be kind of getting into a graphic novel mini unit. It's only going to be about 2 weeks long. So go ahead and start thinking about a graphic novel that maybe you're interested in reading and you maybe even already own. Kind of like me and The Alchemist here. And I'm not as familiar with this. I've only been through this one time. So this is going to be kind of new for me. If I sold one sheep, I can make it to Africa. Anyway, so that's where we're headed next. If you're wondering, but 1,000 Splendid Suns this week, and we'll finish it up on Thursday, really Friday. I could make you write something about this, but I'm not going to, unless you want to. Maybe if you have feedback on that. Anyway, that's all for now. I'll check in with you tomorrow on chapter 49. Where are we going here in part 4 with 1,000 Splendid Suns? And anyway, yeah, questions are online. Only assignment you have to do this week, by the way. Only thing you have to do this week are chapters 48 through, or 49, 50, right? Yeah, 49, 50, and 51. Those 3 chapters, the questions, and that's it. And we're not doing the double assignment this week. We're just doing the one. Okay? All right. I'll talk to you tomorrow. See ya.